Hello there. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Virginia Cha. Election day is finally upon us. Across the state, voters who haven't voted yet casting their ballots in the gubernatorial recall election. We have team coverage of the recall vote this morning. My co-anchor Jim Patton is live at the Registrar of Voters office, and ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell talking to people heading to the polls this morning. Let's get right out to Jim. Jim, as you know, today is the culmination of a process that started well over a year ago.
Virginia, you're absolutely right. In February of last year, that's when it kind of officially got underway. That's when the recall petition was filed and the governor was notified that it was moving forward. Those in favor of the recall slamming the governor on a number of issues that included immigration, taxation, the homelessness. It's interesting to note that the original recall language, it doesn't refer to the pandemic restrictions specifically. But this recall effort, it really gained traction after the governor was photographed at a maskless dinner party in Northern California. That was at the French Laundry restaurant, you'll recall. That was in November of 2020. And this, as indoor dining had been banned elsewhere, and restaurants were struggling to survive. Well, the governor would apologize for that and is now defending his position as a leader who's making safe choices for the state when it comes to the pandemic. His supporters also praising his efforts to increase education funding, protect health care, and improve infrastructure. And today, voters with their last chance to weigh in with their own assessment on how the governor has been doing his job. Of course, one of the governor's supporters is President Biden, and he was in Long Beach last night to campaign for Newsom. He highlighted, in fact, the governor's response to COVID-19.
Gavin Newsom has had the courage to lead, stand up for science. The very thing, he's been one of the leading governors in the nation, protecting people and vaccinating his state.
And the president, one of several high-profile Democrats to stump for Newsom in recent days, including Vice President Kamala Harris. Meanwhile, the candidate who has emerged as Newsom's major rival in this case is Larry Elder. And as far as the pandemic goes, Elder has been critical of Newsom's moves in this case. Elder says, among other things, he'd lift the mask and vaccine mandates. He says he's been vaccinated and encourages others to do so, but says it should be a choice. But as we mentioned, the recall started as a referendum on a number of other issues before the pandemic. And in the waning days of the campaign, Elder also speaking out about those issues.
The average price of a home in California is literally 50% more than it should be. One of the many things I'm going to do when I become governor is declare a statewide emergency on housing. I'm going to declare a statewide emergency on water.
Now, Elder has gained ground in polling, in recent polling, but he still has 45 other people running against him that he would have to beat out. In the months leading up to this vote, we have spoken to several of those big names in this race, and you can find those interviews at 10news.com. Well, it opened at 7 a.m. here, and they've been trickling in as we've been here. You know, we have a longer election period now. The voting started in person on Saturday, so it's no longer just election day. It's kind of an election period, and this being the final day of that period. Marie Cornell standing by. Marie, I know you've been talking to some voters, and what are they telling you about how it's going?
Well, Jim, I can tell you since this morning we have seen more people dropping off their ballots at locations like this. There's actually a line of cars already, but those who have actually gone inside to vote, they say it's been a pretty easy and quick process.
Sunday.
As soon as polls opened, voters began arriving at the Registrar of Voters in Kearney Mesa. Some dropped their ballots off, while others, like David Kraft, wanted to vote in person.
This whole past year, with the issues that are going on in our country, I think it's my civil duty to make sure that the people's voices are heard.
Kraft says overall, his voting experience went well. He noticed the county had COVID-19 protocols in place, from requiring those who are unvaccinated to wear a mask, while they encourage those who have been vaccinated to do the same. They've also set up a one-way in and one-way out traffic pattern to help with spacing.
It's kind of just part of the routine. I did notice and overheard some of the staff just, instructing people to be safe, wearing masks.
The Registrar of Voters is just one of the 221 polling locations across the county. Jane Gint brought her 5-year-old son with her to vote. She says this is a learning experience for him, showing him the importance of participating in this process.
I wanted to teach this little guy how to vote and put in your voice. So he went through the process with me with his Nerf gun and shooting bullets while I voted, but he got really excited for the sticker. So we were talking about how to pick a leader for our state.
And the polling places will stay open until 8 o'clock tonight. So if you are in line by 8 o'clock, you will get the opportunity to cast your ballot. Live from Kearney Mesa, Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
Marie, thank you very much. We have a couple of other reminders if you're planning to come down and vote anytime soon. Also, if you're just filling out your ballot today, the ballot has, of course, just 2 questions. First, do you want to recall Governor Newsom? Yes or no? Second, and you can answer this no matter if you answered the first question, if the governor is recalled, who do you want to replace him? And if you still haven't registered to vote, you can do that today as well. It's called conditional voter registration. You can do that at any polling place, and your ballot will be counted after your registration is processed. Finally, you can vote in person at any of the county's 220 polling locations, and you can find those on the County Registrar of Voters website. And Virginia, I can tell you we're seeing a pickup of a steady stream of cars that are coming in with folks that are going inside to vote. It's very well laid out here. You can drop off your ballot from your car. You can go inside if you'd like to vote. And there's plenty of parking here. Had no trouble at all. So if you want to come down to the Registrar of Voters and vote, it's not going to be much trouble at all.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful day on top of that, so that certainly helps as people head out there today. Great to see you guys there, and we'll be checking back with you a little bit later, Jim. Well, remember, 10news.com is your source for complete coverage of this recall vote. We will have coverage all day on air as well as online. You can watch and stay up to date through our 10 News app, which means you can stream on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV,